Hey everybody out in YouTube land, my name is Mike and I love guitars. In today's video, we're going to check out a very cool guitar. We're going to take a look at this gorgeous LTD Snakebyte Special Edition Baritone guitar. I am very stoked about this one, so let's do this. When it comes to tuning low on a guitar, there are several options these days. You can slap super heavy gauge strings on a standard scale guitar, you can get a 7 or 8 string guitar and have a really wide fretboard, or you can get a baritone and use standard gauge strings. Over the years, I've tried both of those former options, but I've just never had an opportunity to try a baritone. Well, thanks to my buddy Ethan, I can now check trying a baritone off the bucket list. You might remember Ethan as the owner of the '84 Gibson Explorer that I did a video about a while back. Well, he was generous enough to let me borrow another piece from his Hetfield guitar collection. Going back to the other options, putting really heavy gauge strings on a standard scale guitar works well enough, but it can be a little challenging manipulating such thick strings on a short scale. And 7 and 8 string guitars are alright, but the additional fretboard width honestly just isn't as comfortable for me as a standard 6 string neck. For me, this baritone is the perfect solution for tuning solo. Regular neck width, regular string gauge and tension, and only a slightly longer neck. And honestly, I kind of have long arms to begin with, so it's a very comfortable feeling guitar for me. If you haven't picked up a Snakebyte before, they are very close in size and shape to the Gibson Explorer that they are quite obviously inspired by. They're basically just different enough so Gibson can't sue them over the shape. The Explorer style guitar is not the most comfortable guitar in the world to play sitting down, but I find them to be extremely comfortable to play standing up. This baritone is a 2018 LTD Snakebyte Special Edition, which was limited to only 500 guitars. It has a see-through purple finish, a quilted maple top, Macassar ebony fretboard, mahogany body and neck, a 27-inch scale length, and it features EMG JH headset pickups. Not only is this my first time checking out a baritone, but it's also my first time actually checking out EMG pickups. Now, EMG pickups can be very polarizing for some reason. Lots of guitar players love them, lots of guitar players can't stand them. Honestly, personally, I feel like these headset pickups sound really great. They're very crunchy and articulate. The electronics layout on this guitar is also kind of interesting. It has a 3-way toggle switch and 2 independent volume knobs with no tone knobs. I wasn't expecting that layout, but as a guitar player who often makes use of independent volume knobs and honestly rarely uses tone knobs, I like it. It's simple and easy. As I already mentioned, the neck of this guitar is much more comfortable to me than the neck of a 7-string. But since I do own a 7-string, I decided to see how it sounds compared to this LTD Baritone. Now, considering my Schecter is a sub $500 guitar, and this guitar originally retailed for 3 times as much, it's not a true apples to apples comparison, but I thought it would be fun just to see how it sounds anyway. I kept the EQ settings the same for both guitars to make sure that any audible differences between them was purely guitar and not anything EQ related. I don't know about you guys, but to my ears, the LTD sounds much better than the Schecter. Again, it's a whole different class of guitar, but I guess I just wasn't expecting quite such a noticeable difference between them. I don't really know if it's the pickups or something more fundamental within the guitar itself, but the Schecter is a lot more mid-rangey, almost to the point of being honky sounding in compared to the LTD with heavy gain. The difference in clean tones is even more noticeable. The short version is that the Snakebyte is just a very nice guitar. I don't have a ton of experience with LTD guitars, but I am very impressed with this one. I don't know how likely I would be to pick up one of these limited edition Snakebyte Baritones, but if I came across one of the regular production run Snakebyte Baritones at a decent price, I would be extremely tempted to pick it up. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed checking out my first baritone guitar with me. And if you're interested in playing down-tuned guitars, maybe check out a baritone instead of a 7 or 8 string guitar. It's the closest feeling to a standard 6 string guitar I've found. One final note, this is actually my last video in this location. We're moving to a new house in a few days, and my new space is going to be significantly larger. I'll finally have some real space to do more than I've been able to do in this tiny room, so I am really looking forward to the change. I'll see you all again in a few weeks after we get moved and I get my new studio set back up. So be sure and check back soon. Oh man. Here we go. I am getting too old for this.